Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I did these knotless braids on my daughter's hair. They're super neat, very kid friendly. They match the length of her hair and they should last about 6 weeks. So in order to do this hairstyle, you want to blow dry your child's hair. I don't recommend air drying your child's hair if they have a type 4 hair texture because it will be very difficult for you to get that neat look and to part the hair. So I did blow dry her hair on a low heat setting, and before doing any hairstyle you want to go ahead and moisturize the hair, especially since this hairstyle is going to be in their hair for a very long time, meaning 6 weeks. So this style is going to last her 6 weeks. I definitely want to put as much moisture as possible into her hair, which is why I am using my everything butter. I am sectioning off her hair and I am just applying that from root to end, making sure that each strand is coated in the butter. As you can see, I added a little bit more towards the end. So I'm going to do that to every single section, just working from the bottom, really moisturizing it. Think about it as lotioning your skin, but you're doing the same thing for your hair. If your skin doesn't have lotion, it's going to be dry. Same thing with hair. If your hair does not have something to give it moisture, it's going to get dry and it is going to defeat the purpose of a protective hairstyle. So I'm using this tool that I got from Amazon. I'll link everything that I use below, as well as this Expressions pre-stretch braiding hair. I did like this hair because it is a kitty brand and it's the exact same length as her hair. So it made it look more realistic, and it took away from it actually looking too grown, because I know some people don't like to use braiding hair, which is why I like this braiding hair specifically. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I braided the hair and how I got these super neat parts. The parts are the most important part of braiding the hair, because if your parts don't look neat, the style does not look professional, and you're going to be spending about 5 hours doing this hairstyle. So you want it to look very, very neat and very, very professional. So the thing I do like about these braids is if your child is tender-headed, this hairstyle does not hurt at all. It's super, super easy to do, and it just looks good. And I know it's going to last her about 6 weeks. So we did about 3/4 of her hair, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that hairstyle. This part of her hair took me approximately, I want to say 3.5 hours to do. The whole hairstyle did take about 5 hours, so be prepared. I did this in 2 days. I did the blow dry and the back in 1 day, and then the next morning we started again. So if your child doesn't sit still, I definitely recommend you do this in segments to make it easier. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I part the hair. You want to make sure you get a really, really good comb that is specifically used to part. So if you have Y2 combs, don't go for those. Get you a good comb. I invested in the comb that I'm using. This comb is called the Mink Little Parting Comb. And then you want to use edge control or some type of gel that is not water-based. Do not use a water-based gel when you do this hairstyle. I've seen people using water-based gels, and what's going to happen is the hair is going to frizz up. So that is why I recommend you using a edge control. I'm using my Taylor Beauty edge control. So you want to part it from the metal piece. Then you want to go back in with a comb and do another part. So you'll see how that takes it from a normal part to a very straight part. I showed this on my Insta stories. I did show the process, and a lot of people said, how did you get the part so neat? It's all about investing in the right tools. When you do hair, especially if you have a little girl and you're not taking them to the salon on a regular basis, but you're doing the hair at home, you want to invest in tools that will do the same thing that they do at a salon. Of course, you'll be saving money doing it at home, but your products that you'll be using and your tools make such a big difference when you're doing hairstyles like this. So I'm going to go ahead and part along the middle. So I did medium size braids. And when you do the braids, you want to make sure the amount of hair you're adding actually matches up with the parts as well. So you want to have that hair braider thing handy while you're braiding, because you are going to need to grab hair as you braid. So once you get your parts nice and neat, you're going to go ahead and add edge control along the whole entire box of the braid. You want to make sure you add edge control, and you're going to begin to divide the hair into 3 sections. Make sure your 3 sections are very even. Add the edge control to your fingers. Your fingers should always be coated in the edge control, because this is going to keep the flyaways from flying away. This is going to keep the frizz down, and this is what's going to keep it nice and neat. So even if you don't use edge control, you can use some type of braiding styler, but I definitely recommend edge control for this style. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how you do this. You don't need to watch any other YouTube tutorial after watching this, because I am going to break it down. So as you can see, I begin braiding the hair. It doesn't matter which direction you braid the hair in. Braid the hair in the direction that you feel most comfortable with. So as you can see, I got a nice grip. You want to braid it till you feel like the braid won't unravel. For me, I did it about 3 times before I felt like I had a nice grip that it wouldn't unravel. Then you want to take your braiding hair. You want to have the braiding hair in like a U shape. So on one side, it has braiding hair, and on the other, so it doesn't have braiding hair on the middle strand. Then just naturally continue that braid. Do you see how simple that was? I added the hair and I naturally added it. After about 2 or 3 braids, this is going to be so simple that you'll just get it, and it'll just be so easy for you. Then once you do that, you want to make sure when you had the piece that was in the middle that didn't have hair, once that piece is on the end again, you want to go ahead and just do that all over. And just add the hair and continue to braid. Do you see how easy that was? You don't even have to think about it. Just add the hair, just braid, and keep going. The number one thing that you want to pay attention to is just making sure when you're adding the hair, you have a nice grip. As you can see, I have my little helper there, making sure that I continue to add edge control as I braid, because I want to keep the braids nice and neat. Another thing is you want to braid pretty tight, not meaning like braid the scalp tight, but you want to have the braids nice and tight as you go along, because you don't want the hair to be so loose that you experience any flyaways. The other good thing about edge control is it actually adds moisture. And that's another reason why I like doing knotless braids. I do have another tutorial where I don't add hair. I'll link that as well. But the reason why I do like adding hair to these braids is because it is a great protective hairstyle. So make sure when you're braiding your child's hair, they're nice and comfortable. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm also a therapist, and I've done a lot of work with kids. So I am really big on bonding with your kids. So as you can see, me and Summer have a great time braiding.
Did you quit or did they fire you?
I graduated from high school.
So you didn't have that job anymore?
Nope. In that job, I used the money for 3 things.
What?
To get my hair done, to get my nails done, so I could be cute.
You said 3 things.
And to buy Jordans. I used to always have cute Jordans, cute hair, and nice nails when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I went to a private school, and I had to wear a uniform every single day.
Like me?
So my hair, my nails, and my sneakers was the only thing that I can do to stand apart from other people. So So I made sure those things always look nice.
What type of nails did you have?
Girl, I used to go to this lady and she put any design that I wanted on my. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that intermission. I really enjoyed doing my daughter's hair and having these talks with her during this time. So here is the final results. She loves them, y'all. She cannot stop swinging that hair. But I love them as well. I think they are so kid friendly. They do match the natural length of her hair, and I know her hair is going to be protected so well over the next month or so. So make sure if you guys do this video, you tag me on my Instagram, KiaJames_, and thank you so much for watching.